What is going on, everybody? DJ Minds here, and in today's video, oh my god, look at the size of this thing. We actually got our first server case in, one of the new Octominers. Look at the size of this box, dude. I don't know if you can see it, and you'll definitely be able to see it in a minute. This thing is massive. Just in case you're new to my channel, I've never had 240 volt before, and I finally do. And we're in our little small storage area. And yeah, we've been running this beautiful rig right here, which is 7 3060s and an Alpha 4000. And the Alpha 4000's right here on the top. The Alpha 4000 definitely runs warm because it doesn't have two fans. You know, I have to run it 100%. If you can see that right there, it's a blow-off style fan. This thing gets really warm. So I have a choice of two things. I can either do Alpha 4000 or I can do a 3080 build. And we might even do both just for experimental purposes. But I'm thinking more of the 3080s would work better in my Octominer. So there's the 240 volt that we did right there. I'm not a trained electrician. It worked out well. I'm very excited. Please do not do this. Get a professional. I did not get a professional, but you should get a professional. So that's kind of the plan. This is the location of where I'll be putting the Octominer, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, and here we have it, the Octominer X12 Ultra. This thing is awesome. Now, if you're wondering why is it called X12, this is actually the newest one, and it holds 12 GPUs. Look at those Delta fans, man. This is my first time ever seeing a server case, and it is incredible. I really feel like I'm stepping up my game. I'm taking it to that next level. This case, it costs a good amount, but if you really do the math, it's actually not that much more expensive than, say, building your own rig. So let's just look at the Vetta frame for reference right now. So as you can see here, it's actually about the same length as a Vetta frame, but way shorter, right? Obviously, when I had the fans and stuff, it would come up to about here. But look at that, man. You could stack so many more of these in your farm, and I'm building a farm this summer, so I definitely want to get more of these. But you could fit, what, at least 2, maybe 3 in the same size or the same height as this Vetta frame, but I don't know, maybe 2.5. You guys could take a guess on that. I've never actually tried that. So to open it was actually really easy. There was just a screw here, and one there, and then one on the edge, maybe one on the outside. I kind of forget, but that was pretty much it. And then we open it up. So let me know what you guys want to see first. Either 3080s in here. I have like 7, I think, maybe 8 laying around, or Alpha 4000. I already have an Alpha 4000 rig in this AAA wave, so I'm kind of thinking, you know what, let's just put the 3080s in and get that hash in as well. But yeah, this is really interesting for me because, again, I've never really experimented with this kind of stuff. I've never had a server case. I've never had this kind of motherboard where everything's like built in. You can see it kind of bridged here. So for me, this is exciting because it's just, you know, I've never seen anything like it except for on TV or YouTube. And you got your RAM here. The only thing I'm understanding, or what I think you need, is the battery here, which is fine. You know, I guess you can't ship it. That's pretty common where you can't ship batteries with things. So what's that cost? Like a couple dollars, right? I'll probably just take it from my other motherboard. But this is really neat how everything is done. You know, like building the Vetta frame, if you've ever built a Vetta frame, is pretty annoying. Even though I've built a whole bunch of them, it's still never fun. And here's your SSD card. So correct me if I'm wrong, I've only used PSUs. This is like the breakout board. Yeah, really awesome looking and already pre-wired. Like, it doesn't get any easier or any better for you. Octominer hooked us up, man. It gave us the big Bertha, bro. Look at this. It's got 3 of these 1200s in there, so it could potentially go up to 3600 watts. And that's why I'm leaning more towards the 3800 build. So here's the Delta fans. Like I said, I've never seen these before. These things look sturdy and heavy duty, bro. So excited about these, getting away from just the normal PC fans. So yeah, I'm just an average guy like every single one of you, man, that's always just trying to grow and expand. And I'm opening up a farm hopefully in the summer of next year, or possibly the fall, depending on how long it takes them to finish the building, right? And so stuff like this really intrigues me because I gotta be more efficient, right? When you start taking it from your hobby to more professional, or more, I mean, you could do this with a hobby, obviously. This would be really cool, but the sound is going to be loud. So I'm really interested in showing you guys how loud it is at home, because that's where we're at right now. It's going to be at home. So I'm going to put this on my 240 volt that I changed and showed you earlier in the video, and we'll see how loud that is. Dude, so I was getting ready to put these 3080s in. Have you ever seen this graphics card before? There's something crazy that comes inside this. I've never seen this before in a GPU, man. Ready for it? Here it comes, boys. Bam! What the? It comes with a toy. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's really unnecessary, but I mean, it's cool, I guess. I guess this is their logo. It's pretty wild, man. I've never seen that before. I wonder how much more I have to pay for this sticker right here and this toy and this massive case that's made for it. Cool idea, but probably really unnecessary. Also, the size of this GPU, I'm really concerned if it's going to fit in the Octominer. On the right is the EVGA XC, and on the left is this Aurorus. Look at the size of this thing, bro. It's humongous. So I don't know if this is going to fit in like anything I own, dude. It's just so massive and unnecessary. All right, guys, and there is 6 3080s, and I used some different brands just to show you does it fit in the Octominer, and they all fit very comfortably. The only one, this is not Optimize's fault, this is Aurorus's fault. Why did they make this graphics card so big? I genuinely don't get it. It takes up 2 slots here, and it's humongous, it's long, but it does fit, so that's nice to know, pretty comfortably on all sides. But I don't know, maybe somebody was like, I want to make the world's largest graphics card for no reason. I don't know, 3 8 ports there. Here's some EVGA XCs. Good job, EVGA. Thank you for making a smart design that makes sense. Only 2 8 pins on the top there. And just to give you a reference, in the Octominer, yes, you can fit 2 3080s with a good amount of space right there. That's actually really nice. No issues at all if you were to put 12 of these. And here's a Gigabyte 3080. It does fit. You can see there's some nice space here, but it's definitely nothing like the EVGA. And again, that's just Gigabyte's fault, man. I don't know what these companies think when they make these humongous graphics cards. Maybe they just don't know how, or they go for like the flash and all the color and stuff, so I'm not sure there. So here's the splitters that we're going to be using. It comes with the Octominer, so that saves you a lot of money on that aspect. And if you really think about it, man, you're saving on risers because it's built in. You save on the motherboard, and then the splitters, if you do the math, splitters right now on AliExpress are like, what, $7? And then you got to pay for shipping, so let's call it like $8 per. So 8 times 12, you know, you're saving on that, then you're saving on the splitters. So in my opinion, it definitely does make sense to start considering these server cases. Not to mention fans. If you ever look up fans, like I buy these in 5-packs. These things are not very good. They're antic. They're okay. They're really weak. If I put my hand there, I can barely feel anything, and they just don't last nearly as long. Not to mention for a rig like this, you'd need what, a 1600 watt? Actually, you probably need more than that. And you know, you don't have to buy all those separate components. So yeah, and it's really nice being able, as someone who's built like 10 rigs so far, it's really nice to just pop these in. That's literally all I did was pop it in, you know, screw this on. I'm about to plug this in, and I'm thinking we should be good to go, man. It's pretty cool. HiveOS, I believe, is already installed on there, so it saves you time in like every direction. Just to show you, this is the 6-pin side, and yeah, we'll be plugging that in right now. So this is so intelligently made. Once you get all 12 of these plugs plugged in here on, I guess it's a circuit board, right? I've never had one before, like I said. Put it through this hole, and then it's like the perfect distance of here, and it gets all the way to the end. They mapped it out very well, and like I said, intelligently built. So the reason mine kind of looks wild and you see all this extra stuff hanging is because since these are all 3080s, I didn't want to plug in one Y splitter for each one. Now I know the riser is powered separately, so maybe it'd still be safe. I mean, it could be, but considering that I had enough to where I could use one here for the 8-pin and a totally different strand for this one and this one, etc., etc. This one I had to use 3, and I did use a Y splitter on these 2 here, but a totally different one there. I don't know, like I said, 3080s, 3070 Ti's, 3090s, those kind of scare me, to be honest with you, and I just don't want to fire, man. And considering we don't have 12 3080s, this works well. So hopefully we'll be able to still tuck this in without it really affecting anything. And let me know if you guys think I'm crazy, if I'm just being too cautious. I don't really think you can be too cautious, but if you feel like I'm being too cautious, feel free to let me know. And yeah, I need to figure out how to get this down in there somehow. Okay, so the concerns that I had about it closing were no problem at all. I didn't really have to tuck that much. I tucked a little bit, but you know, just to make sure it wasn't in front of the fans or anything, but it was perfectly fine. Everything lines up great. And then now it comes with this. I think you have to buy this separately, so keep that in mind, guys. You may or may not have to buy this piece separately. I would just look into that. So there it is, plugged in the back, and I guess I have to hit some switches or something. I'll figure that out downstairs, and by the time you see this video, it should be up and running. I'll Googled it by then. Oh guys, and I did forget to mention that I did add this bar here, and that's just to keep the GPUs down. I'll probably tighten it a little bit, but nothing crazy, just in case I mess up. All right guys, so after doing some quick math, if I'm using 6 3080s, if I multiply that by 300 watts that they'll probably end up using, I'll use less, but let's just go for safety, that'd be 1800 watts. So at 1800 watts, I'm only gonna have to use 2 of these plugins, right? Because that'll be 2400 watts. 2400 times 0.8, which is the 80% rule that I like to use, is 1920 watts. So 1800 watts is less than 1920 watts. So I feel comfortable unplugging one of these. And I did search around, and it looks like that top button there is gonna be our power button. So let's go downstairs upstairs and find out if this baby works. So that's full blast, guys. Definitely turn down the speeds, trust me. You can really barely hear that. I'd say it's about 10% louder than a normal rig. So yeah, we should be able to adjust that. I'm hoping we do. It went straight into Hive OS. Literally just says, do you want to add a new rig? Or actually it says Wi-Fi. But yeah, that's it, man. You're done. How cool is that? It's really that simple. Open up the Octominer, plug your GPU in, put the Y-splitter in, you're done. I really feel like server cases, and especially Octominer, is the future of my crypto mining farm when we get that up and running. You know, it's not that much more expensive. Not at all. Maybe a couple $100 more. And to me, that's worth it to save money on the actual building phase. Like, I hate building frames. You know, it was cool the first couple times, but now it's just really annoying. And the fact that it's already done for you, plug and play, like that to me is worth at least $100, right? The conveniency, and I'll be able to stack these 1, 2, 3, right? So yeah, I think Octominers, man, are the way to go. All right, guys, so we have it up and running. I just went ahead and reset it. It's been going for like 7 minutes, nothing crazy. This 13080 I'm going to experiment with later because it's being a freaking jerk. They're all the same EVGAs, but this one's at 48 mega hash, which obviously is unacceptable. The rest are at 73, 74, and this one's at 75. And I've never seen any one of my 3080s be in the 60s or 50s temperature-wise. Obviously, that's not memory. But wow, dude, usually I'm in 80s, upper 80s, maybe 82 if I'm lucky, but the temperatures of this Octominer are absolutely insane. And so something you're going to want to change, look up here where my mouse is, this green Octominer picture. I've never seen that before. Really cool. So I am running the fans at 50% right here, manual. I think that probably overrides it, to be honest. Minimum 50, maximum 50. I had it at 60, but my wife was like, I can hear it, I can hear it. And I was like, fine, fine. It wasn't loud, but, you know, she could hear it. So we put it at 50, and she's like, okay, we're good. And then the core temp's at 60 and the memory temp at 80. I don't know how much that matters, to be honest with you. I think I'd have to like let this go higher than 50%. But I can tell you I'm very happy with 50% all around. And this thing is absolutely incredible. And down here in this left corner where you can see this blue, that's really cool too. I've never seen that before. Because I've never had a server case before. So just to refresh, this is what our mega hash is looking like. We'll get this one back to normal. It's just I'm not going to experiment with it right now. Huge shout out to Octominer for sending us that for review. I actually don't have an affiliate link or anything to send to you. Just more of, hey, go check them out. Go follow them, guys. I got 2.4 thousand subscribers currently. I would appreciate if you subscribed. If you like this video, please hit like, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ Minds signing out.